Cunard's Four Queens might not be rendezvousing in Liverpool until 2028, but the voyages are on sale now and they're selling out fast. In fact, I've already noticed that the Transatlantic crossing from the United States to Liverpool is no longer available as a standalone cruise, and you have to actually book the longer 12-night voyage on board Queen Mary 2. The demand is that high. So what are the Cunard Queens doing prior to and after their rendezvous in Liverpool? I'm Chris Frame, the Maritime historian, and I'm hoping to be on board guest lecturer during that iconic voyage. But for everybody else who's looking at booking a cruise, what are the Cunard Queens doing? Well, Queen Anne is offering a 14-night Northern Europe and Scandinavia cruise, and it'll include calls in Hamburg, Stockholm and Oslo, to name just a few. This, of course, ends with that special rendezvous on the 16th of May 2028 in Liverpool. Queen Victoria will be undertaking a 14-night British Isles cruise, and it'll actually take in stops in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Of course, the ship will then rendezvous in Liverpool on the 16th of May, where she's planned to be anchored during the celebration. The Queen Elizabeth is undertaking a shorter 6-night round trip from Southampton, and she'll take in visits to Le Havre, which is in France, as well as sailing up the River Mersey for that rendezvous. And then the Queen Mary 2, which is actually going to be departing from as far away as we get on this particular voyage, she's leaving the United States on her first ever direct service to Liverpool. Now, while she'll be leaving New York, which wasn't actually the first Cunard port in the US, it was actually Boston, but the Queen Mary 2 will sail from New York to Liverpool, and Liverpool's important because it was actually the first British port for Cunard and where most of those early services departed and arrived. Now, in 1919, Cunard relocated its express liner service to Southampton, so great ships like the RMS Queen Mary and Queen Elizabeth never actually sailed from Liverpool. However, many of the QM2's forebears did, including the Lusitania, the Mauretania and the Aquitania. The Queen Mary 2's voyage will also see her rendezvous in Liverpool, where the Four Queens events will happen. So what are the ships doing after the rendezvous? Well, the Queen Elizabeth actually going to leave Liverpool and she'll return to Southampton and will be back in her home port of Southampton by the 18th of May. Queen Anne will be departing after an overnight stay in Liverpool, and she will also return to Southampton, wrapping up her Northern European voyage. Queen Victoria will sail south from the River Mersey to finish off her British Isles voyage and will return to Southampton as well. Whereas the Queen Mary 2, well, she'll actually sail south to Cove, which is actually one of the main ports in Ireland. Then she will also make her way to Southampton. So all of the ships will ultimately end up in their new home port after visiting Cunard's original home port of Liverpool. Now, are you booked on the Cunard Queens, and which one have you chosen? Or are you looking at those prices, which are much higher than what you would normally expect for voyages on the Cunard Queens on these particular itineraries? Clearly the demand is very, very high. Let us know which ship you have chosen in the comments below. As I said, I'm very much hoping that I'll be selected as one of the guest speakers, and if I do get the gig, I'll let you know so that you can try and get on board the same ship as me, but at the moment, we're not too sure who the guest speakers are going to be. I posted just recently into the YouTube community that things have been really tough recently. There's been some major changes to the algorithm which have greatly impacted the visibility of channels the size of mine. So anything that you can do to help us by sharing, liking, subscribing and posting these videos into other platforms like Facebook would make a huge difference for us. Thanks once again for watching, and as always, a huge shout out to our channel members. Your support is what helps make videos like these possible. You can join the crew and get your name on the screen like these people by following the link in the description below. It would be great to have you on board, and every extra channel member helps us keep this channel going. Thanks once again for watching, and until next time, I hope to see you on board.